What is going on, everybody? It's the Joe and Kellsy Show. I am Joe, aka Danny Jenkins, on the internet, and this is.
Kelsey, hi.
So today we are reviewing slash giving our first impressions on HBO's The Last of Us, season 1, episode 1. So let's make it a quick one, kinda low key, baby. What did you think?
Well, after watching it, I thought that the visuals were pretty good. I'd never really seen anything like that. It really did look like I was inside a video game. The casting was good from this. Honestly, this picture, I don't know anything about this game, but this picture that I saw on Facebook, the girl Ellie looked pretty similar to what the character looked like.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, so did Joel. The concept was awesome. Again, I don't know anything about this video game. Just going into it, I thought that, the fungus taking over and creating these zombie like humanoid human beings was a pretty cool concept. So,
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm totally with you there. I thought the casting was super cool. Pedro Pascal as Joel, I thought was perfect. I thought whenever he was on screen, his presence was commanding. Like, I don't know, every time he was on screen, I perked up and was like, what is he about to do or say? I really cared. Um,
well, I think that kind of comes from like what we already know him from, like Mandalorian. We kind of already have that relationship with him.
yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones.
So
He was
yeah, Game of
the
Thrones as
Red
well.
Viper. That was super badass kind of character. So yeah, definitely great casting on that part. But all right, let's get a little bit more detailed. Kind of, I just want to go in with I don't know this thought. I thought the first part of this episode was fucking nuts. Like the whole, I don't know. I love the beginning. I love origin stories, and then I love a good zombie origin and kind of how it starts. Like we talked about it while we were watching it, like World War Z. Um, what's the one in the mall?
Um, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. Like I love that shit, and I thought this intro to what this was, this pandemic, this breakout, apocalypse, whatever you want to call it. I thought that was incredible. The first 30 minutes with Joel and his daughter, like how emotional did that get? We don't know any of these characters, but it's like holy shit, we were crying.
Yeah. I honestly kind of wanted more. I kind of wish that didn't happen because I thought that girl before. I can't remember her name. But we don't ever learn it. Um,
Oh, his daughter's name?
yeah, his daughter's name. We
Yeah,
don't
I don't
ever
remember.
learn it.
Oh,
Anyways, I kind of wanted more because it was very compelling. But obviously, you don't get that in the game. You're not going to get that in the series.
true. No, so that's actually that kind of goes into my big problem, but I don't want to go into my big problems yet. Let's real quick. I wanted to go agree with you one more time. The cinematography I thought was incredible. Like the shot in the truck was straight up, and I saw a video today that was straight up taken from the game, where like you're in the back seat of that truck and you're going through. I thought that was like some of the most accurate video game adaptation thing I've ever seen. Like Mortal Kombat, which we saw, when did that come out? Like a year or two ago. That was a stupid movie, but it was very video gamey, and it had some really cool like Mortal Kombat shots. But this was like the best dramatic video game thing I think I've seen ever.
Yeah, I liked the way it was also like paced. too, like the pacing of it. It kind of sounded as if it gave you options to choose from, like when the little girl's in the back seat asking what's going on, where are we going, what
Oh,
they know, and it kind of feels like you have a second to choose an option and you're choosing what she's saying,
right,
even though you're
right.
not. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty cool, at least from like my outside perspective of what video game, like what that type of video game is.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great perspective, especially for someone like an outsider to kind of pick up on where it was like, yeah, I almost felt like I should have clicked X or circle if they would have gave me an option. I was ready
Yeah.
for it. So no, that's awesome. So okay, we're 6 minutes in. I got to get into some of the negatives that I had, and that we'll see if you agree. So I thought the second part after, and I guess we don't have to like blatantly spoil, but after what happens to Joel and his family in the beginning, once we do the time jump, I uh I kind of checked out. I I didn't know really what was going on. The only things at that point that were compelling is whatever whenever Joel was on screen. Um, I wrote down some actors and actresses' names and some other things that I just like I have question marks on. What did you think?
Well, I'm not looking at it at like a critic point of view. I didn't think that at all, but that's just me. I liked it all the way through. I thought it had my full attention.
See, okay, so that's where like the most recent thing that I can compare it to is House of the Dragon. I thought that pilot episode was really solid. And it's kind of cheating, I guess, because you're probably giving it some benefit because it's a part of the Game of Thrones franchise. But like my favorite pilot of all time was Game of Thrones. That first episode, especially that first 15, was so incredible. But I thought the rest of the Game of Thrones pilot finished really solid and was like, holy shit, I don't know what this is, but I'm in. I thought House of the Dragon was like, okay, we're back, let's go. And this was super intriguing. And then I was like, okay, like I guess where are we going? But it didn't hit me with a big bang at the end where I was like, wow, what are we in for?
Yeah, but this isn't a Game of Thrones type of story. You know what I mean? This doesn't live up to what Game of Thrones is. Like there's no I mean, I guess there could be like a prequel, sequel, but I mean it would get boring after a point. Game of Thrones is so I don't know. I think that's just a far in between comparison.
Yeah, like we can't put it there yet.
Yeah, yeah, especially after one episode. I feel like you feel like that for the pilot episode of Game of Thrones because of how iconic and legendary
Game
the
of Thrones
rest of Game of
became.
Thrones is. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, you're right. No, you're that's absolutely a great point. And maybe you know what? Maybe you're right. I still think maybe I don't know. You know what? You're probably right. I'll give you that one. So little time will tell. So Bella Ramsey as Ellie, I thought she was not bad. I'm not in love, but I thought that was a cool take. I wasn't mad about it. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I kind of didn't I don't know. I feel like in my opinion and maybe this is like kind of a stupid one in a way, I don't know, but her accent kind of slipped
Mm,
a few times from what I could tell, and she kind of used this deep voice to like kind of cover it up, which
yeah,
I don't think was needed. But other than that, I think like her character came off the way that she wanted to portray her, and um I mean I understand who she is as of right now.
yeah, yeah. I'm really excited to see where that goes. Like I think another non-spoiler. I don't want to give anything up for people that have no idea. And both of us have not played the game. Like, and I don't know exactly what happens, but we both had a guess on, the big deal, why she's kind of the big deal. It's kind of obvious, but I'm very interested to see what she can do with that character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I got
Pretty badass. I feel like she's gonna kind of blow what's his name, Pedro Pascal.
yes,
Um, kind of like blow him away a little bit. Like, oh well, she obviously is tougher than my daughter than she was at this age. He's gonna
yeah.
have to understand her a little bit differently
No, you
than
know
what
what?
he was used to.
Yeah, you know what? I think it'll be a good comparison to would be um and very different from the Mandalorian with him and Grogu, with him and Ellie. It's a completely different type of relationship, and that'll be fun to really watch them at the same time, like
Yeah.
how Pedro Pascal does both of these roles as a father kind of guardian figure to two younger people that are vastly different. But I wrote another name. We got Meryl Dandridge. She plays Marlene, who is a firefly, and we get some stuff about the government. The government sounds kind of evil. This sounds kind of,
Corrupt, you
yeah,
know,
I don't know. This sounds kind of by the numbers to me. I don't know. This is reminding me of,
with, yeah, like the rebels, and it's a classic story.
yeah, it's nothing new, which I guess is another thing where I'm like, oh, this is very Walking Dead to me, but that's
Walking Dead, it
cool.
kind of put me in the mind of like Hunger Games,
Yeah, sure.
without the Hunger Games, just like zombie version.
Yeah. I mean, I think the game came out. I don't know exactly when the game came out, but it definitely came out during that craze of the teen um like adventure survivor movies, with the Hunger
Mm.
Games and Twilight and that kind of thing. It came out within that era, so that would make sense. The other thing, I thought this would be a cool trivia thing for you. Uh, Anna Torv played Teresa. Did you sneeze, by the way?
No, I coughed.
Oh, I was gonna say bless you, but Anna Torv played Teresa. I don't know if you remember, that was like Joel's companion,
Oh
maybe love
yeah,
interest.
she's in Fringe. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, we forgot. She's in Mindhunter.
Oh yeah, she is. She
I
plays this role, like this badass role, like investigator role, fairly often. I feel like.
Yeah, so and I didn't realize that until today when I was doing a little bit of research. So that makes me more interested in her character. But to be honest with you, I thought that character was leaving me with I don't know. I just felt like this episode left me feeling like I want more,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
like I don't know. I felt almost like I was bored. Like I'm wanting more, but I'm not like, oh my god, I want more. So I don't know. That's how I feel.
yeah, I mean, it was just the first episode. There was a lot of like open-ended questions, we didn't get a lot of answers, but I think it was a good setup to the story.
No, I agree. We got to do something with Ellie. We got to go get Joel's brother. I'm definitely, signed up for what those two things are going to, give us. So,
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I like it. I'm not in
I do
love,
too.
but I
I
think it's
I
cool.
I still want to watch it. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I don't know if we'll review every single episode, but I wanted, like this is in the zeitgeist right now. I figured it would be kind of smart to put our opinions on here and really give ourselves like our first podcast kind of feel
feel.
and see if we can
Yeah.
do it. And the way I was going to end it, I was going to ask you, speaking of yeah, I don't have a good segue. I'm not a good writer yet. I should have wrote this down. Speaking of Pedro Pascal, uh did you know that there was a Mandalorian 3 trailer?
I did not know. Usually you keep me updated on that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
well,
thanks for informing me.
I
I'm
figured
sure we'll
this.
watch it later.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, this is a good chance to end the podcast and watch it.
Well, okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
We appreciate
Catch you
you.
later.